Welcome to the IREL podcast. Are you sick and tired of real estate gurus pitching their next free construction deal only to find out years later they were completely wrong? Worried the next overseas conference you spend thousands to attend will only be used to sell overpriced lots in deserted developments? Join thousands of other international real estate seekers who are looking for their place in paradise without the sales pitch. Straight from your host, Taylor White.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Week 5 episode of the IREL podcast. I'm your host, Taylor White. Head on over to irelpodcast.com/week 5 for complete show notes. We have another direct and quick hitting show today with yours truly, and I really want to give you some personal thoughts on this week's episodes, some behind the scenes information you might have missed, and putting you in the driver's seat. On Monday, in episode 11, we heard Matt Ridgway from Chile Investments in Santiago, Chile, reveal how he has bought, renovated, and sold 4 apartments in the heart of Santiago, with 1 apartment being sold over a glass of wine in under 10 minutes. What Matt never even mentioned is that he has been featured in popular hit real estate shows such as House Hunters International, Live Here, Buy This, and then countless online press such as the BBC, the New York Times, the Boston Globe, Financial Times, and many other print and online outlets. On Tuesday, in episode 12, we heard Kathy Gonzalez from Cuenca Real Estate in Cuenca, Ecuador, speak about how a couple can live comfortably in Cuenca on less than $1,200 per month, Cuenca having the only drinkable tap water in Ecuador, and that she recommends most clients buy close to the rivers. What you might not know about Cuenca is that it is the #1 online search location in all of Latin America currently, and the country of Ecuador itself draws more online English-speaking traffic on Google than the rest of South America combined. On Wednesday, in episode 13, we heard Larry Peterson from New Horizon Technologies in Juan Dolio, Dominican Republic, expose that you can buy a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bathroom penthouse with a fantastic Caribbean sea view for less than $200,000 and even direct beachfront condos for less than $200,000. What you might have missed from Larry is that Juan Dolio is only about a 45-minute drive from the international airport as well as Santo Domingo, and is one of the closest beaches to the capital that you might want to spend time in. As I have spent considerable time in the Dominican Republic over the last several years, I can speak firsthand that it has many hidden gems to be discovered outside the more popular Punta Cana and Santo Domingo, and if you're looking for affordable Caribbean, you might want to put Juan Dolio on your short list. On Thursday, in our Questions 3 episode, you heard me answering another great listener question about what pre-construction means, as well as 3 pros and 3 cons to making investments this way. As someone who has been involved buying pre-construction apartments, buying lots in soon-to-be-started developments, and seeing firsthand the pros and cons when doing so, I strongly urge anyone thinking about getting involved in this type of investment to really look at all angles when analyzing if this will make sense for you and what you are trying to accomplish. While there isn't one right or wrong answer to if this makes sense for you, I strongly urge you to speak with other real estate investors who have gone this route first to make sure you understand all the pros and cons that come with it. Nobody cares about your money more than you do. And if you take the fly-by-night advice from international gurus just looking to make a buck off of you, you could be in for a rude awakening and nowhere to turn. I want to remind you that this podcast is all about getting overseas property insiders on the phone, asking them what I believe to be great questions, and letting you decide for yourself. You can listen from our site, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, as well as read a word-for-word PDF transcription of each episode, and then it will soon be published on our blog as well. Each and every guest on the show is encouraged to speak as honestly and candidly as they can, talk about the good and the bad that comes with living and buying real estate in their area, and provide complete contact details for you to follow up. It is up to you what you do next. If any of the areas or services offered on this show sound good to you, you have complete autonomy to follow up with each guest and ask them as many questions as you see fit. If Matt Ridgway in episode 11 didn't answer a few questions about Santiago you have stuck in your head, just drop him an email he provided on the call. When Kathy Gonzalez in episode 12 was speaking about Cuenca and we didn't hit a few cost of living aspects you want to ask her about, I know she will be more than happy to get on a Skype call from you. As Larry Peterson in episode 13 was giving us the ins and outs on the local Juan Dolio scene, and you want to follow up with him about some of the properties he mentioned, drop him a line at his number provided. And if you believe there are questions I should be asking, or maybe asking a few I shouldn't, or want to offer suggestions on future podcasts, I will be glad to hear from you. Just head on over to irelpodcast.com/week5 and let your voice be heard. Tune in next week as I speak with Andy Peck from Trusted House Sitters, Lori Silverman from Real Estate North Israel, and much more.
You have been listening to the IREL Podcast with Taylor White. Be sure to hit up IRELpodcast.com for more. That's IRELpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.